more speed off the tee, more control with your irons, more spin with your wedges, and more opportunity to shoot lower scores. The all-new Pro V1 and Pro V1X.
Welcome to Talk Birdie To Me. This is Australia's most popular golf podcast with former world number 16 Nick O'Hearn, the only player to beat Tiger Woods twice in match play, and tour pro Mark Allen, who played professional golf around the world for 15 years, including a British Open. We're coming from our studio at Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. Titleist is the #1 ball in golf, and FootJoy is the #1 shoe and glove in golf. And thanks to our great partners, Better, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. Download the Better app from the app stores today. Now that's better. And keep in mind, what are you really gambling with? Ping? As with Nick O'Hearn, they'll help you play your best. See your local golf shop or professional for a Ping Club fitting. The Golf Clearance Outlet beat everyone's prices. Visit golfclearanceoutlet.com.au for your nearest store. Watch My Numbers turns your bogeys into birdies. Download the app from Google Play or the App Store. Now, from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, Talk Birdie To Me with Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen.
It's Players Championship week, and welcome to the Players Preview with Nick O'Hearn, who played this tournament how many times?
I lost count. Quite a
few. Did you really? Is that true? How many times did you play?
Would have been probably half a dozen.
Wow.
Maybe, something like that.
All right. I've played the golf course just once, and I can remember this as clear as day. I got on the first tee and I remember practice. I wasn't thinking about my first practice, my first drive.
I know exactly what you were thinking about.
I was thinking about the 17th, this beautiful picture that we have behind us. That's what I was thinking about, was that hole. Yeah. And that was me standing on the first tee with, a whole bunch of players and it was just a great day. I remember the golf course. Now I want your view.
Yeah.
The way I explain it to people, I say it's the best Queensland course that I've ever played. That's how I explain that golf course. What are your memories?
My memories? Well, you talk about the 17th. I remember my first practice round there. I got to the 17th, got on the tee, looked up, thought, oh, yeah, it's only a wedge. Yeah. No problem. Yep. Green looks pretty big. Yeah. Knocked it on, two-putted, had a putt around, all that sort of stuff. Obviously loved how the stadium and everything and the people all around. It was just brilliant. And then I got to that hole on my first round. I looked up and I thought, okay, who shrunk the green? Because this thing was much bigger in the practice round. And all of a sudden the wind was blowing. I could see the wind sort of whipping the little ripples in the way. It looked like as though the green was moving up there. Yeah. And it was a beast, the 17th. But I am proud to say, in all the times I've played at Sawgrass, I've never hit it in the water on 17.
Well, nor did I. So between us, we're all set. I'll just give you one little reminder. One thing I can remember from that day, that we had this beautiful old Irish lady on our tour with us, and her name was V. Hello, V. You're a star. Because when I played with V on the day, and she got out of Heavenwood, and she knocked it on the green as well.
Did she really?
And I've never seen a bigger smile in my life. It's one of those holes to where something, if you do knock it on the green, apparently it's, it's one of the best feelings, and more pictures taken on this particular golf hole than probably any other hole in the whole world.
It's incredible. Yeah, well, you tee off 16, which is the par 5, and then you sort of turn the corner and you see the lake. You can't see the green yet, but you can hear the murmuring, all the roars, the ooh, all the hey, all this sort of stuff going on. But as you're walking down 16 to the green, you're almost, the 17's over there. You try not to look, but you're like, no, I'm not going to look. I'm not going to, but you have to look. Yeah. But then when you walk off the 16th green, you go around the back, and that walk from the 16th green to the 17th tee, you've got to go through all the gallery, all the people. Yeah. It is the longest 80 yards in your life. I mean, it's just brutal, because all you can think is, don't hit it in the water. Don't hit it in the water as you're walking to the tee.
So that's the walk from 16 to 17th tee. Yeah. Then you got to play 17. But to me, that drive on 18, it looks like it's the scariest drive on tour. Now, is that right or not?
It'd
have to be one of them.
For me, it is, because as a left-hander, the water's like right in my peripheral vision as I'm setting up. I always if I had water, I'd preferred it on the right, not the left.
Yeah, that's right. Well, explain why. Because, I mean, it's
because
about the pull.
It's in your vision and things like that. But the other thing was, for me, one of my favourite shots was a little low right to left little fade. It was my fairway finder.
Right.
So that hole actually set up perfect for me. I didn't mind the tee shot. Never hit in the water on 18 either. I did pull it in the right rough a fair bit, but never in the water. The second shot was a bit harder for me there, but it's one of the toughest fairways to hit because if you hit it straight and you don't cut it or draw it as a right-hander, you go through the fairways and you're in these trees and you can't really get it onto the green. So you've almost got to hit this 3-wood or something, but that leaves you further back, so you've got a longer iron in.
Well, I was going to say, I see more and more players hitting that 3-wood now, the right-handers. I see more and more right-handers hitting the 3-wood because I reckon if you pull a 3-wood...
It's easier to draw too.
That's another reason. But if you pull a 3-wood, I think it does actually carry further with the 3-wood, where sometimes I feel like if you pull the driver...
It's a duck hook.
It's a duck hook, and it's no good. But the 3-wood kind of gives you that little room for error to where if you're sitting on that tee and you decide, okay, I'm going to hit a nice high 3-wood as a right-hander, when you do pull the club, because the club face is closed, you... taking loft off the club, and it does go further. And I reckon I've seen so many winners, Tiger included, hit the 3-wood off the last, hit a slide pull, and they get away with it.
Still goes.
Yeah, they get away with it. I reckon Justin Thomas as well.
Well, for a player who, as an example, probably going to be a really hard tee shot for him is the guy who finished second at Bay Hill last week, Colin Morikawa, because he's a fader of the ball. I mean, For him, a draw is a 5-yard fade. I mean, he just can't turn it right to left. So he actually has to stand up there and aim left and just take it out over the water, cut it back. So for those players, they're going to really struggle. For the ones who can work it both ways, like a Scotty Scheffler, 2-time defending champion, which is no one's ever gone back-to-back there. It's going to be not a piece of cake, but an easier hole for him.
Okay, so when we're trying to look at who's going to win this thing, I always feel like the railway sleepers around the greens right in front of the water is a key factor. And because of those, you need to drive the ball well. How important is driving the ball well on this particular golf course?
Incredibly important, yeah. Tee to green, if you don't have a good week, I'm sorry, you're just not going to contend. You can't short game you around this golf course. You've got to put it in play because the way Pete Dye designed this course is... it's all about position off the tee, in the fairway. You get in that Bermuda thick stuff. You can't control the ball coming into the greens. Around the greens, you're going to get some really tricky up and downs if you're not hitting greens in regulation. So the guy who's going to... if you look at the top 10, I pretty much guarantee you they're going to be leading the fairways hit and greens in reg, pretty much. So that lends itself to a Scotty Scheffler.
Well, he's won the last 2 years in a row.
Ludwig as well, those sorts of players.
Yeah, Ludwig. Scheffler to me is the 2-time... defending champion. And this golf course is made for him because I always say it's a hitting golf course. It's a hitter's golf course. And whichever one of the best hitters is putting well, to me, that's the recipe. It's probably the recipe every week. Maybe not, but more so at this particular golf club. And when they were explaining, Nick, shots gained and how they did that, they used one of the holes here. I think it was the third hole. They used the third hole as a great example to where the players who hit driver off the tee, even if they hit...
Third's a par 3.
It must be the next hole then, the fourth hole. Okay. So, thank you. Well, the players who hit driver off the tee had the lower scores on the hole, even though you hit it into a neck.
That's interesting because it was always for me, I just hit a 3-wood off there and it's a short iron in.
Yeah.
So because the driver for the longer guys can almost reach the water on the other side. But if they do miss the fairway, I suppose, they're close enough they can get it on the green.
Well, this is where the stats guy came into play because if you played safe and missed the fairway,
you had to lay up.
Almost 100% of players made the bogey. But if you hit driver and missed the fairway, then a lot more of those players, and when I say a lot more, 70% were still capable of making their par. So a lot of that strategy of what club to hit off the tee is very, very important. There are clearly some iron holes in some places where you have to play safe.
Where was that stats guy when I needed him?
Yeah, I know. He sounds pretty good. Now, I've got an absolute special this week. I've been tracking this character for a long, long time.
Okay.
And what's this little thing we've got? The power rankings. Now, if you haven't found the power rankings on the PGA Tour app, then what the hell are you doing if you don't mind having a little bet on golf? Now, I've been watching Sepp Straka. He's leading the FedEx Cup. He's been resting. He hasn't been playing every single week. Last week, he shot 77 in the first round and finished fifth. So he actually strung it together. There's a little bit of ring rust in that first tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed on the power rankings, guess who's number one?
Go on.
Sepp Straka from Austria.
Is he really?
Now, it says here, if anyone's going to upset Scotty Scheffler this week, it might as well be the FedEx Cup points leader. Straka has been a beast with a win among 3 top 10s and 6 top 15s in 2025. Balanced through his bag, 2 top 15s here he's had already. And when I looked up, I always bet with Better. When I looked up, put it up there, Dan, please. When I looked up what he was paying this week for the win, there is my betting account.
Ooh.
Oh, $100.
Hello.
Jeez, big spender.
You've gone hard.
I put $100 on Sepp Straka at $46.
You got him at 46?
If he wins next week, I'll shout you both a coffee.
Jeez.
All right,
Wow.
I'll do that next
That's
week for you.
Well, he's an interesting one because he's leading the FedEx Cup points. He's won this season. He's playing really good golf, obviously, but I have a feeling he might miss the cut.
Don't tell me that.
Well, I don't know. He was one of those players until last year, I think, where he would not go. What's the right terminology? He's one of those guys that could go miscut, top 5. Miscut, win, miscut, etc. So he was a bit hit and miss for me. But recently he's playing more consistently. So
I get that. I feel like it takes a little time to get comfortable if you are a foreign player.
True.
Not only in America, even though you went to college in America, I still think coming from the European Tour and doing everything that you do as a professional golfer, it takes a little bit of time. He looks comfortable to me.
I can't believe he's 46 to 1 though.
$46
leading the FedEx Cup.
That is remarkable. Scotty Scheffler, number 2 on the power rankings. Rory McIlroy, number 3 on the power rankings. Colin Morikawa at number 4. I'm not so sure about him being number 4.
Yeah, again, I think Colin's going to struggle at those courses that you need to... Well, this week could be good for him. There are some holes where you do need to turn the ball right to left, as I mentioned on 18, but that's a one-off. There's a couple like that, but there are plenty that you need to fade the ball too. The second hole will be a tough one for him as well because that's a dogleg left par 5. So.
If you're a student of form, then Ludwig Aubert, he's at number 6. Now, he did have a 77. He shot hockey sticks in the third round at Arnold Palmer.
I saw that, but he backed it up with a 68 final round, and I wouldn't worry too much about Ludwig. He's never far away.
No, Shane Lowry, I always like him here at this golf course. He can move it both ways. He's got the fairway finder when he needs it. No worries about him putting on this style of green, the Bermuda green.
No.
The power rankings have Shane Lowry at number 7. Then you got Jason Day. Now,
What
Day.
about Matsuyama? Where's he?
Yeah, he's up there. He's like number 6.
Oh, yeah.
Number 5.
He always plays pretty well here.
Yeah. So possesses, this is what the power rankings tell us, possesses all the attributes to tame TPC Sawgrass.
Okay.
And he has multiple times with a top 4 and top 10s and other trio of top 25s as well.
Okay.
Consistently strong throughout 2025. He's 7 for 7 with win among 5 top 25. So he's made the cut in every single event that he's played.
Solid golf. Jason Day, you were saying.
Jason Day has won here.
2016,
I've
yes.
never seen him swing the club better. And now with Colin Swatton just helping that putting setup.
He's not back on the bag, is he?
He's not
just
back
helping
on the bag.
No.
Yeah, he's still a course commentator, Cole Swatton these
is he?
days. Yeah, he does a little bit on, on the range, that new show that they've got. Does a little bit there with On the Range. But, when Jason Day is swinging well, he has the capability of being the best putter in the world, which he was when he was the number 1 player in the world. If he gets any good feelings here, I think Jason Day is a big chance. In fact, I reckon he'll be the leading Australian comfortably. Absolutely
I like that.
comfortably.
Yeah, definitely. The way he's playing. Because who else we got playing? We got Minwoo.
Yep.
Adam Scott.
Yep. Past winner.
Cam Davis. And Phillips is playing as well.
Yeah, Carl Phillips has got a game this week.
That'll be
last
fun
week.
to see how he goes.
I would love nothing more than to watch Carl play this golf club.
Because he's long, isn't he?
Well, he was He was the third longest player on the Corn Ferry Tour in his rookie season, which he was the Rookie of the Year. He only played 10 times.
Right.
So he hits the ball 1,000,000 miles.
Yeah, he would have been probably behind Potgieter, who's probably the longest. So he's playing this week too. So
I mentioned before that I'm a Bedar man. Mm-hmm. Why don't we take a little break? Why don't we get Richard Hummerston, our very good friend from Bedar, and let's see if Richie can, for the Wolfpack of our listeners out there, get a little button together on the Bedar app. Ooh. And with a multi that you and I devised that we think is a really good chance.
Like an exclusive Talk Birdie multi.
Yeah, we'll just have the Talk Birdie To Me button on the Bedar app.
Ooh,
the only place where you'll be able to get this bet in the world.
Are we going to sound inconsistent if you reckon Seb Straka is going to win and you reckon he's going to miss the cut?
That's okay.
Well, he might not be part of our multi. I don't know.
That's my own private bet. But between us, we'll put our heads together in the break and we will come up with something special for the players.
Love it.
Looks good, man. Dude. Are we in slow motion, too?
We're live from our studio at Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. We all know the number one ball in golf is Titleist and the number one shoe and glove in golf is FootJoy. We're here thanks to the Golf Clearance Outlet. They beat everyone's prices. Ping will always help you play your best. Turn your bogeys into birdies with the Watch My Numbers app, and Better, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. That's better. Now, back to Talk Birdie To Me. Here's Nick and Mark.
Okay, we're going to get to Richard Hummerston from Bedar in just a tick. He has taken our call. He doesn't know what we've got organised for him, but we'll get to him in a second. But Nick, this is your chance. You've never missed the green.
Never.
You're going to have to come from the other angle, though. You're actually coming from the clubhouse. Ooh. Okay, let's see. Look at this swing. There's the old waggle. Your swing hasn't changed. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up.
Never in doubt.
No, right in the middle. Right in the middle. Now, as promised, we've touched base with Richard Hummerston from Bedar. Let's get Richie up and going. Nice to see you, Rich. I haven't spoken to you for ages.
No, and I hope you're calling about my round at Kingston Heath, which was, the cornerstone of doing this deal.
What happened? What happened? What happened?
Well,
we haven't played yet. Is that what you're saying?
We certainly haven't played yet. My phone, I've been just waiting eagerly. And I thought when I saw your name pop up on the phone call, this might be it. But alas,
we'll get there.
No round, mate.
We'll get there.
How unlike Mark Allen to overpromise and underdeliver.
We will get there at some stage. Now, Richie, we've had a look at everybody. We had a look at the Players' Championship just a little while ago. We've got 3 things we'd love you to multi up for the Talk Birdie people, our Wolfpack, to get involved in. So, number 1, Nick and I both think that Jason Day will be the leading Australian.
Yep, definitely. Past champion, shouldn't be an issue.
Shouldn't be an issue.
He's all right on the weekend.
And he played well at Bay Hill.
Yeah, just for one stuff up with the mud ball. The mud ball, he kind of stuffed everything
It
up.
wasn't a mud ball, though.
I agree with you.
Yeah, it was a semi-mud and it was a terrible swing.
But the mud was in his head. The mud was in his head. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, it was.
My guy is Ludwig Aubert.
What do you want to throw him in for? You already reckon?
Well, I want this to get up for everybody who listens to this podcast. So I've got him as a top 10 absolute Monty. He will finish in the top 10.
Oh, I like that.
So you won't get many odds for that. But who's yours?
Well, my guy is always Scotty Scheffler. I think this guy's unbelievable. And look, I'm not going to say he's going to win, but top 5. I mean, put him down.
Yeah, okay. So we've got Jason Day to be top Aussie, into Ludwig Aubert to be top 10, into the 2-time defending champion, Scotty Scheffler, to finish in the top 5. What can he do for us? We want something special for the pack.
Yeah, well, I'm just pricing this up now, looking at the numbers. I tell you what, you're actually going to get a bit of juice here, boys, because even Scotty Scheffler top 5 is just paying a little bit, and Jason Day leading Aussie is going to boost this up. I can give you $17
Oh,
for that.
take it. Home.
$17.
$17 for those three things to happen, which we think are Monties.
Should be
Yeah, I hope
no-brainers.
my maths is correct here. I mean, we will have to offer the price that I'm saying, but yeah, I think this is $17.
We kind of hope your maths is slightly out, to be honest.
That's true.
I think it might be just slightly, boys. But anyway, let's go with $17. If it gets up, well, it'll be the last one we ever do.
So tell me, what do we look for when we go to the BetR app? And one thing, obviously, you got to sign up and become a member. But what do we look for on the app?
Yep, so of course, you download your BetR app. Under sports, you'll find BetR specials, and then under there, that's where we're going to have our little Talk Birdie To Me hub. And every time we do one of these, that will always be. So BetR specials under sports, you'll find the market there at $17. It could be the easiest $17 you've ever made. Chuck a little, a few dollars on that, and you're away, boys.
And just to get things straight, you won't be able to do this anywhere else, will you? The only way you can multi this up is on the BetR app.
Correct, and the only bookie in the land that's going to be offering $17 for it is us. So make sure that you get around it, and the community, the Talk Birdie To Me community, we win together, we lose together, which is just, always a little bit more fun for us. But I just think quietly, and podcasts have got a very good record with their first multi saluting, much to the dismay of my bosses. If you're going to get on anything this year, it's this multi, boys.
All right.
I hope you still have his job next week.
Thank you, Hummer. I'll get you to Kingston Heath very, very soon. I might even see if the bloke who beat Tiger Woods twice in match play might come and play with us as well.
It'd be a good threesome.
Good on you.
Sounds like a plan.
Good on you, Hummer. Thank you.
mate.
Richard Hummerston there from
boys.
BetR. Again, now, Dan, did you write that down? How do we do? We go...
It is the simplest and easiest betting
Yeah,
app
easy.
going around. It's an absolute ripper. So you download the app, you go to the sports section, look for BetR specials, and there's the Talk Birdie To Me hub there.
Yes.
With our $17 multi. Now,
Well-
who's in that multi again?
So we got Jason Day to be leading Australian. We've got Ludwig Aubert to finish top 10 and Scotty Scheffler, the two-time defending champ, to finish in the top 5. We think they are Monties, and it's going to be the easiest money you've ever made.
Do you know what we should do? So what we want everyone on the Wolfpack to go and
Yes.
don't go crazy. Don't whack
Don't go
like
crazy.
$1 billion
Not like
on
Mark
it.
here.
No, just don't do that. Just whack $5, $10, $20, whatever you think is fair and you can afford, and do it responsibly,
Yeah.
and just have a bit of fun and try and rinse these guys. I think that'd be good.
And let's hope for your sake, Nick, that Scotty Scheffler doesn't finish 6th. Otherwise,
I know.
there's going to be a big payout on you. All right, folks, that's the players' preview. Nice to chat, and we'll see you next time.
And that's been Talk Birdie To Me, Australia's most popular golf podcast, with Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen, coming from our studio at Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. Titleist, as you know, it's the number one ball in golf, and FootJoy, of course, the number one shoe and glove in golf. Wherever you get your podcasts, make sure to subscribe, maybe leave a review, and we'd love you to share the pod with a friend who loves their golf. Thanks to our fantastic partners. BetR, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. Download the BetR app from the app stores today. Now that's better. But keep in mind, what are you really gambling with? Ping, as with Nick O'Hearn, will help you play your best. See your local golf shop or professional for a Ping Club fitting. Watch My Numbers turn your bogeys into birdies. Download the app from Google Play or the App Store. And thanks to the Golf Clearance Outlet, who beat everyone's prices. Visit golfclearanceoutlet.com.au for your nearest store. Now, from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, thanks for being part of the show. We'll see you next time.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website